Congressman Mark Harris of North Carolina joins us now. Congressman, I want to get to the shutdown and this offer that Senator Schumer seems to have made in a moment. But first, President Trump's effort to retake American cities has swept the nation. What's your reaction to his efforts?
Well, we're very grateful for what the president has done to really restore law and order in some of our cities. And of course, right here in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I am, this is something that we believe that we could use here in our own city. And that's the reason that we reached out earlier this week to our governor, asking for him to bring in the National Guard to Charlotte. And really, it was a follow-up to a plea that has come from the Fraternal Order of Police here in the city of Charlotte, who have recognized that they're down 273 police officers from where they should find themselves and to do the policing they need to do. And I believe the National Guard here would be a great assistance and a great help for this as well.
How do you think life would change for the people in Charlotte if the National Guard were there backing up an understaffed police department?
Well, I think the folks would have a sense of calm. I think that they would recognize that, particularly in the uptown area, Charlotte is known for having a number of events, and people come from all over the state, and particularly in this region, to come into downtown for concerts, for restaurants, for sporting events, all those kind of things. And I think it would really give all of the visitors a sense of calm to know that their presence is here in Charlotte.
In Washington, D.C., where the National Guard has been deployed over the Halloween activities, it was somewhat exposed that they didn't have arrest powers and gangs of youths would gather and create a bit of havoc. Do you believe that the National Guard should have arrest powers in Charlotte and throughout the country?
Well, I believe the National Guard, if they are able to fulfill what their responsibility is, they're going to do a great deal to free up the police to do what the police here locally in Charlotte want to do and are able to do. We've just seen a spike in crime here in the uptown area, some 200% increase in the number of murders. And just about every day, it seems we're waking up to another report of another murder. I believe that the police, being understaffed as they are right now, have the freedom to do the work that they need to do and go after the bad guys here in this city, then they're going to accomplish a great deal. And I think the National Guard, providing that support status for them, would fit the bill for what we need here in Charlotte at this point.
Let's get to the shutdown. Senator Schumer took to the floor to say that if the president would agree, the Senate would pass the continuing resolution the House has passed alongside an extension of these Obamacare tax credits for an additional year. Would you vote for that?
No, listen, Matt, we have seen just the perfect example of Chuck Schumer once again trying to move the goalposts. There have been a lot of conversations that have been going on, I understand, over the last several days and looking for an option and a way out. Listen, they need an exit ramp. They got into this thing, they've gotten themselves backed into a corner, and they simply need an exit ramp, and they're trying to figure it out. But for whatever reason, they somehow felt emboldened by the election on Tuesday night. I mean, let's just face it. What are these three statements is shocking? That New Jersey elected a Democrat governor, that Virginia, a blue state, elected a Democrat governor, that New York City elected a self-acclaimed socialist, many understand that he's a communist, as mayor of New York City. You know, none of those things should really be shocking to us, but for whatever reason, they feel emboldened at this particular point, and so they're moving the goalpost. And I think it's going to be a non-starter in the Senate, quite frankly, and I don't even think that'll make it over to the House whatsoever.
If the House agrees to take any change to the continuing resolution you've passed, do you think it would make it more likely that in the future Democrats would cause shutdowns in order to extract some policy concession from Republicans?
I think it would. It would be rewarding bad behavior. And I think the speakers made it clear at this time that we're not about to reward bad behavior. I think the fact that they may very well play around past the November 21st date, and they may send something back. But listen, we've been very clear. We're not going to get jammed with something leading up just to Christmas and then somehow an omnibus bill appear. And this is something that's going to have to go into next year. And it's going to be something that at best may have wrapped in appropriation bills that we've already considered or might consider with it. But outside of that, the clean CR is the key. And I've told people this again and again. The Senate can open the government today. If they'll just pass the clean CR that was sent over there, it'll go to the president's desk, he'll sign it, boom. Government is open. If they want to delay it, obviously we're going to have to get back to Washington from the House, and that's going to, we're on a 48-hour callback, then we would have to deal with that. But listen, if the Senate wants to do what's right, they'll vote for the clean CR, and let's be done with this today.
That makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't seem like they're willing to. Bernie Sanders reiterated today that they're holding to their position. Chuck Schumer, again, continues to make offers to you guys, but none to actually open the government on a clean funding bill. And so I'm wondering, Congressman, which feature of the shutdown worries you most? I mean, we've been talking about Charlotte. It's a major air hub. We've seen what Secretary Duffy has said about air traffic control. We've got the Department of War having to deal with pay for our troops. We've got ICE in very active operations. As you sit at your desk and think, gosh, this thing's going to roll on to another day, where is your focus?
Well, I think every one of those items you just mentioned is criminal, quite frankly, that we have put the American people in this position, that Chuck Schumer has chosen to hold them hostage over his just craziness and the things that they are trying to do. And the reality is that right now, we're in a place where all of those are critical. And let's face it, I think someone pointed out yesterday, you think about the air travel, if there's one accident, people get killed. We cannot afford to have our air travel put in jeopardy like this. And of course, they've taken the steps right now to reduce the air traffic. And but listen, it's a serious situation. All of those, we've got to pay our military. We've got to pay our ICE agents, our Custom Border Patrol. We've got to get back to business as usual. And I hope and pray that the Democrats, at least 5 of them, that's all we need, 5 more to come to their senses in the Senate.
We hope they do. North Carolina Congressman Mark Harris, thanks for joining us to reiterate your call to activate the Guard in Charlotte and bring us up to speed on this crazy Schumer shutdown. We appreciate you.
Thank you, man. It's always great to be with you.